For our Adam and Eats Thanksgiving special, we are making TCBs, or Turkey Cranberry Bacon Sandwiches. This recipe hails from my alma mater, Hamilton College. Twice a year, the pub on campus would have this sandwich, this beautiful, delicious sandwich, and the whole campus would be lined up out the door to get them. It's a twist on a Thanksgiving leftover sandwich, and I guarantee you it'll be one of the best sandwiches you've ever had. Let's get to it. For optimal flavor, tenderness, and juiciness, we are going to dry brine our turkey 1 to 2 nights before cooking. In a bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 2 tablespoons of dry sage. Give that a stir and set aside for later. For the turkey, you can use some high-quality, thick-cut deli meat turkey, Thanksgiving leftover turkey, or in our case, sous vide turkey breast. You ideally want to find skin on, bone in turkey breast like we have here, so we can crisp up that turkey skin separately to serve alongside the sandwich and the bones for gravy. First, remove the skin with your hands and set that aside in a Ziploc bag. To butcher it, run your knife under the breast meat as close to the breastbone as possible until it releases in a nice clean piece. Repeat with the other turkey breasts, adding any scraps to a separate Ziploc bag. Chop the bones and any scraps into rough chunks and place in the scrap bag for gravy. Generously sprinkle the dry brine rub all over the breast meat, making sure to get all sides until it looks like a gentle snowfall. Give it a nice massage and add some to the turkey skins as well. Place the breasts in 2 separate Ziploc bags, removing as much air as possible. As explained in my pork chop video, see the description, dry brining seasons the meat throughout as well as altering the protein structure, leading to juicier, more tender meat. And bada boom, your night before prep is done. We have our 2 turkey breasts dry brining, our turkey skins to bake until crispy, and our bag of bones and scraps for some next level gravy. Now that it's game day, it is time to sous vide these bad boys. A sous vide is perfect for turkey. There is nothing worse than a dried out, overcooked turkey breast, but with sous vide there is no risk of overcooking it. A good trick for getting an almost perfect vacuum seal is to zip the bag 95% of the way and gently lower it into the water, keeping your finger in the hole. This displaces the air as you lower it, then just seal it up to last 5%. Allow to cook in the water bath for 2 hours at 155 degrees Fahrenheit. On a foiled, rimmed baking sheet, lay down your turkey skin and stretch it out as flat and thin as possible. Give it a nice season with some kosher salt and black pepper and pop it into a 400 degree Fahrenheit oven. Similarly, on a baking sheet, lay out some thick-cut bacon. You'll want around 3 strips per sandwich. Pop this in that same oven. Flip both the skin and the bacon every 20 minutes or until crispy. While those are cooking, let's make some gravy. For the mise en place, peel and roughly chop 1 large yellow onion, as well as 2 ribs of celery and 1 large carrot, or in our case, a handful of baby carrots because somehow the grocery store was out of the large boys. Finally, peel and gently crush 4 cloves of garlic. In a large stainless steel pan on high heat, add a tablespoon of neutral oil and sear the chunks of turkey bones and trimmings for around 5 minutes or until deeply browned. Give it a flip, taking a moment to marvel at that beautiful brown color. Sear for an additional 5 minutes and remove the bones to a plate. That lovely carpet of browned meat stuck to the bottom of the pan is called a fond and is packed full of flavor. Throw in your chopped aromatics along with a pinch of salt and scrape the fond off the bottom of the pot as the veggies release some moisture and brown. Stir these around for a few minutes or until lightly browned and have released some of their water. Add your turkey bones back to the party and deglaze with a carton of unsalted chicken stock, making sure to scrape each and every last one of those delicious brown bits. Throw in a sprig of rosemary and a bunch of fresh thyme. Bring it to a boil, and once boiling, throw a lid on it. Then back the heat down to low and simmer for 45 minutes to an hour to steep this broth with all those roasty, aromatic flavors. While that's bubbling away, our turkey skins and bacon should be perfectly crispy and finished cooking. Remove them to a paper towel-lined plate to drain and set aside for later. To make our cranberry mayo spread, mix 2 parts mayo with 1 part cranberry sauce. You can use some leftover homemade sauce, but that canned jelly stuff just holds a special place in my heart. Add in a heaping spoonful of some grainy Dijon mustard, around 20 cranks of black pepper, and then give it a nice stir until homogeneous. Season it to taste with salt and your mayo spread is done. Now that your turkey stock is infused with all that deliciousness, drain it into a large bowl. Make sure to press on all those solids to extract every drop of this liquid gold. If some of the pieces miss the strainer like I did, just fish them out with a fork. Now it is gravy time. Into a large pan, add 3 tablespoons of butter. Stir this butter around until it is nice and melted, then add in 3 tablespoons of flour and whisk constantly to prevent lumps. Cook for a few minutes until that raw flour smell goes away and it starts to smell nice and nutty. With a measuring cup, start adding your stock a few cups at a time, whisking constantly. Once incorporated, dump in all of the stock, then bring it to a boil and back it down to a simmer and reduce to your desired consistency. I mean, come on, is there anything sexier than a huge pan of bubbling gravy during the holidays? Oh wait, there is, and it's Kevin. Alright, back to cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the home stretch. Your turkey has been sous videing for around 2 hours, so now we just need to remove it from the bag and slice it up nice and thick for our sandwiches. Sous vide meat might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but boy is it juicy. For these sandwiches, we want around 1/2 inch thick slices, so just cut this into medallions, making sure as always to feed the cameraman. Set that turkey aside in a bowl, and now it is time to assemble the first sandwich on Adam and Eats. For this sandwich, focaccia bread is a must. Something about that salty deliciousness and oily crust is key to get that golden toasty outside. But I'm sure any bread would be acceptable if you want to be a coward. Cut the focaccia down the middle and apply your sauce generously to both sides. This has been a ton of work, so with tender love and care, lay down a generous layer of your turkey, precariously place 3 half strips of crispy bacon, and shingle on 3 slices of provolone cheese. Top it with the other piece of bread and squish it down gently. Traditionally, this sandwich is then cooked in a panini press, but unfortunately we don't have one in the Adam and Eats apartment. A nice makeshift way to do it is using 2 cast iron skillets. Get them both heating on medium heat and place your sandwich in one, and then once hot, press it down with the bottom of the other. Obviously wear oven mitts and do this with caution. Cook this low and slow until the cheese is melted and the outside is toasted and crispy. Remove your sandwich to a cutting board and obviously cut it on a diagonal because that is scientifically proven to make all sandwiches taste better. Open her up and just look at that gorgeous cheese pull and cross section. Serve it with a nice piece of your crispy turkey skin and a bowl of our gravy for dipping. And your TCB is done. This sandwich is a wonderful balance of comforting flavors and textures that's become a Friendsgiving tradition. I pray you make this with your leftover turkey, and I hope you all have a lovely and safe Thanksgiving. As always, the recipe and full ingredient list are in the description down below, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
But if you do that,